Hello friends, this video on semiconductors part 16 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 15 before going ahead with part 16. The third application, which is the light emitting diode. Light emitting diode is something which you must be observing in your laboratories every now and then. You mostly used light emitting diodes even for your experiments. Whenever you want to test that whether the current flow through the circuit or not, you connect an LED there. If the LED glows, you say that okay, that means current passed through the circuit. If it doesn't glow, that means something has gone wrong, right? So what is this light emitting diode? It is a device which converts electrical energy into light energy, right? When you connect it to a circuit, so the electrical energy which comes into it gets converted into light energy, and therefore the light is emitted by it. These are heavily doped PN junction diode. So that heavily doped means more current carriers are there. It operates under forward bias. So that means light emitting diode is different than photodiode or Zener diode. It operates under forward bias. So what happens under forward bias? Let us suppose this is the PN junction and this is my depletion region. Now what happens when it is forward biased? Forward bias always encourage flow of majority charge carriers, right? So under forward bias, electrons will move from N to P and holes will move from P to N, right? So the electrons which are present here, they will all start reaching somewhere around here. Similarly, the holes which are present in P region, they will start diffusing and they will reach somewhere around here. So as a result, we will see that at the junction boundary, if you look at the boundary of the junction, excess minority carriers will exist because this is P region and electrons are minority carrier for P region. So that means at the junction boundary we have excess minority carriers. Now these minority carriers, that is these electrons, will recombine with the holes in P region. So these minority carriers will recombine with the majority carriers of this region. As a result, energy will be released. This energy is released in the form of photons. So what happens? Forward bias, so electrons moved from N to P, holes moved from P to N. So what happened? Recombination occurs between injected minority carriers and majority carriers. Right, so this recombination will occur. So energy is released in the form of photons. So photons with energy, if a photon with that, so that energy is released in the form of photons. Now photons which have energy less than or equal to the energy gap of the semiconductor, they are emitted as light energy. And what about the photons which have energy greater than the energy gap? They will move to the conduction band and contribute to the conduction, right? So how do LED operate? LED operates under forward bias. Under forward bias, the electrons move from N to P, holes move from P to N. As a result, the minority charge carriers are collected near the junction. As a result, the minority charge carriers are collected near the junction. These minority charge carriers will recombine with the majority charge carriers of that region, and energy is released as a result of this recombination. So energy is released in the form of photons. Photons which have energy less than or equal to the energy band gap, they will be emitted as light energy. So this is how electrical energy gets converted into light energy. Now let us look at the VI characteristics of a light emitting diode. So here the VI characteristics looks similar. The VI characteristics look similar to that of the VI characteristics of a semiconductor diode. The only difference in this case is that the breakdown voltage of a light emitting is quite low. It doesn't go so far, it is little low. So this is the case of a semiconductor diode. But in case of a light emitting diode, the breakdown voltage is little lesser in value. So what does that mean? That means that if an LED is operated, if a LED is operated in the reverse bias region, in that case it should be taken care that the reverse bias voltage should not reach to a very greater value, because the diode may get destroyed, because here the breakdown voltage is very less. So even for a very small amount of voltage, the current can increase rapidly and can destroy the diode. So what are the advantages of light emitting diode? Less power consumption, low operating voltage, fast on-off switching capability. If you see, if you connect a LED and if you switch it on, it glows immediately. Switch it off, it glows off immediately. It has got a long life. So these are some of the very common properties of mostly all semiconductor devices, because of which semiconductors became a significant part of electronic circuits. Emitted light is nearly monochromatic. It is not exactly monochromatic, but the wavelength is like almost on a similar range. So we can say that the emitted light is nearly monochromatic.
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.